Hello and welcome to the Inner Temple. It is your host with the most, Mr. Mark David Meyer, with the fire, here to take the collective vibration higher. I love your beautiful face. I hope you're having a good day. Mars Day with Mark, number 43. Ooh-wee. So this is the week's astrology breakdown for the week of April 2nd to April 9th. And it's an intense week, guys. I appreciate you clicking on this video, giving me your time and attention. I will give you a good return on your investment. I'm going to keep this short, sweet, to the point, while also giving the information, the depth, and comprehensiveness it needs, okay? So if this is your first time here, welcome to the Fire Fam. I love and appreciate you, all of you, for your support, your recognition of the mission. So let's talk about the week ahead. This is an intense fucking week, pardon my French, but I'm going to keep it G-real straight up with you because I need to be understood. And it's common to hear astrologers or spiritual creators say, oh my God, this is crazy and you need to pay attention to this full moon or new moon or Mercury or whatever the heck. So I'm not saying this just to say it. Guys, this week is intense and I'm going to slow down and substantiate all my claims, man, because you got to make it make sense. So the sun, the moon, Mercury, Venus, Mars, etc. We got a rhyme and a reason and a pattern. And if you want to take a deeper dive into your astrology, I really recommend that you join Simplified Astrology through the link on this video, or read the book, or get the free audio book, or just dive deeper in the information that the gang has for you, okay? So let's talk about the sun, the season we're in. It's Aries season, and where we start this week, you're going to see the whole clock. So I want to say that this is a natal chart for anybody that was born at the second in location. This is not a natal chart. This is actually, I'm so sorry. This chart is my local chart. It's basically where I'm at, and this is the world right now. While you're looking at a two-dimensional diagram on the screen of a circle, I encourage you to remember that the earth is round. And it's a globe, and this is a 3D image. So that being said, we can look at all the planets in this wheel. Some of you guys already know how this works. If you need help with it, that's what Simplified Astrology is for. So as I'm making this, guys, like if you are an astrologer already, like tell me what you think in the comments about the election chart of this episode, because this is crazy, guys. Like if you know, you know. If not, pardon me, fuck around and find out. The sun is at 13 degrees of Aries today, and that means that in 1 week, on the 9th, the sun is going to be at 20 degrees of Aries, meaning the sun moves about a degree a day in the 365-day year in the 360 wheel, roughly speaking. Hope that makes sense to you, because I see it. Do you see it? If you see what I'm saying at any type of, if you see what I'm saying at any time in this video and you feel called to just throw a comment with a fire emoji, that would let me know that you're seeing what I'm saying. I appreciate the interaction. I appreciate the love. What does this mean, Aries season? Well, we're balls deep in the middle of eclipse season. But also what this specifically means is it's time to get to know yourself and love yourself and live your best life. And that's the truth. Astrology operates somewhat of as a language, so I'm telling you, if you know how to translate the archetypes, they'll speak to you in your mother tongue, and I'm told to tell you, man, it's really time now more than ever to live your best life. And the focus is you right now. I'm going to keep it G-real straight, guys, like, because I don't have the, I can't waste your opportunity. My God, I'm like literally fucking up. Mercury is retrograde right now. I can't lose the opportunity to make a difference in your life because I have your attention. The way algorithm works and attention spans work, the longer I make the video, the shorter, the lower chance I have to really get this to drive home. So it's all about Pluto, nodes, and you. So basically, there's a collective awakening going on right now, and that's really real. And we will see this over the next 20 years. One of the worst things I'm feeling about this collective awakening is that there's a death to the individual energy, which means that people kind of have a hard time experiencing and expressing themselves, meaning that the world is seeming to be oppressive towards people's freedom at this point, and that's really fucking rough. It's the roughest. And where our sun and north node is right now, the genuine focus for all people at this time is to be in the pursuit of expansion in one's own life. development of character, development of the self, development of the soul. There's a lot to say here, so I'm going to slow down and we're going to seriously take it layer by layer, because I just needed to kind of jump to Pluto and the nodes to get the bottom line, guys. Evolution is happening on a collective level, and that starts with the individual. But individuals are shaped and molded by the environment and the people in the world. So like it or not, change is coming. Change has already happened, and it's irreversible change. So you better get with the program, meaning if you're devoted to living, learning, and growing, you'll be more than just fine. If you resist life, growth, and new experiences, you may have a pretty rough experience pretty soon. So hear it from me so the physical universe doesn't have to say it in a more mean way. Hope you can sense my love as I'm doing this video. Interesting week for the sun, guys. Because if you're an Aries, this means you might be celebrating a birthday, or you might have just had one, or one might be just coming pretty soon. Shout out to my Aries family. Shout out to Aries Fairy. Shout out to HT, Queen of Wands, HCT Healing. Shout out to ACDC. Shout out to all my friends with the Aries stars in their chart, which is really all my friends, but the ones who got their sun in front of those stars. That's what I really meant. But if you're Aries, stand up, man. Let me know when your birthday is. Put it in the comments so we can celebrate you and share some love with you, man, because y'all really inspire us with positivity and charisma and the experience of individuality. And that's the beauty here. And that's why we're kind of having this conversation in a roundabout way, guys, is that Aries at its best is balanced, exuberant, and charismatic, and passionate, headstrong, sometimes to a fault. You know, so I say at best, these people are the best leaders, and they model independence and evolution and liveliness to a T. And they model and set a standard for existing that other people need to listen to. So that's the beauty of the Aries energy. And if you resonate with these words, I want to just remind you, you have Aries in your chart, and it's time to embrace the inner leader and to embrace the pioneer spirit, the will to exist, and realize that even if you don't know where your purpose is, it dwells inside of you. Meaning your will to exist, even if you don't feel like you're really fanning it, or that flame or spark isn't even really brighter there, just the fact that you exist uplifts the world. So you motherfuckers don't give yourself enough fucking credit. I'm trying to not be mad, but like I just see my friends hurting themselves over and over again, and it sucks, bruh. You need to give yourself more credit. I cannot emphasize that shit enough. For the things you do, for the choices you make, for the will that you have to bear the weight that the world puts on you. Especially my Saturn Aries motherfuckers. I'm talking to you specifically. Whew. Oh, that shit hurt my heart. But you know, like I need you to know I'm talking to you. Like check your chart. That message was for check me. Yeah, 100%. I'm talking to you, fam. And this world doesn't hate you, man. I'm telling you, it doesn't. But it's like, it makes sense that you would think that. I totally feel you. Fuck, dude, it's crazy. So 2 things about the sun this week that I really, well, yeah, about 2 things I want to point out about the sun this week, guys. And these are really important. You probably been hearing everything about this. So let me drive it home, okay? So you can get the real clear water from the fountain of knowledge. Mr. Meyer got you. So the sun is making an eclipse this week. We're having a solar eclipse on the 8th of April. We just had a lunar eclipse in Libra, the 25th of March, I believe, give or take. It's around that time. But basically, you see on this day, the 8th of April, we're going to have the moon and the sun conjoining in the same sign of Aries, which happens every year, new moon in Aries. But when the nodal axis is when the nodal axis is in the sign of Aries, that means our new or full moon in Aries that year will be an eclipse. So I go into more detail and depth about this in Simplified Astrology. Use code FIRE if you want to get that at a discount. So what does the eclipse mean? This just means that big changes are coming, guys. It's a new beginning nonetheless, like a regular new moon. And by the way, this is April 8th. Let me say that again. April 8th is when we have the new moon solar eclipse. So this is a new moon, like I said, like every other month. Every year we will have a Aries new moon. So this is not that uncommon, but like I said, when it comes to the eclipses, this is a little bit more of a complicated discussion, which I'll save us the details in time. It's basically just going to say that this new moon in Aries is a lot more rare and it's a lot more powerful. It's supercharged, and I don't know if I'm really going to talk too much about this, but you know, this new moon has a lot of aspects. One of them is the dwarf planet Eris at 24 Aries. And this really brings in an energy that a lot of people lack the ability to perceive. So I'm going to just reel it back and just say that it's big changes coming. It's an awakening. And Chiron is conjunct the sun. Do you see the key at 19 degrees? Chiron is conjunct the sun, the solar eclipse in Aries. So I cannot emphasize this shit enough, guys. This is the things you may not be hearing other places on the internet. But let me tell you, dude, the solar eclipse in Aries on April 8th of 2024 will begin a new cycle of healing for the collective. And this healing revolves around identity, psychology, purpose, will, and self-control. So that's 5 things. I said identity, will, self-control, purpose. Pardon me, I'm speaking from the heart and speaking from the channel, so it's like the 5th one is escaping my mind right now. But the word, and I wanted to organize it in a list of 5 or less or whatever. Just get it. It doesn't have to be a number, but I wanted to organize it because the next word I want you to take in is accountability. The healing that this cycle is bringing revolves around accountability. And what that also means, and take a deep breath, man, what that actually means is forgiveness. On all levels, really. In order to be accountable, to be able to admit I fucked up, I made a mistake, to heal from our mistakes. Aries is a lot of things. Identity can be one of them. Some would kind of say Leo might be more of your identity, but either way, Aries is the temple in the first house, in the face, and persona, and the part of us that is individual and named. So I just want to say ego. The sun exalts in Aries. Ego is a really important thing to address when it comes to this cycle. And how long is this cycle? It depends on how you look at the cycle, guys, because the regular Aries new moon cycles, like new moon cycles, last about 29 days. So we have a whole month of take accountability and heal your self-image and forgive your damn self for your mistakes, and other people too, be graceful. But this is a ripple effect that will bend time, truly. So it's vitally important that we take these moments in the next week or so with grace. Really, every day we should be doing that always, but especially when we're in the eclipse window, it's vitally important that you buckle up, keep your hands out of the fucking aisle, you know, listen to the attendant, put your fucking phone on airplane mode, and just follow directions and keep your hands to yourself, dude. Because it's bigger than you and there's other people on board, truly. Some people never been on a plane, so they really can't respect or understand that metaphor. But I just want to say that, like, no offense, I'm not trying to be a dick or be contesting and contentious, but, you know, maybe it came off that way and I need to work on that. But just saying, guys, what I'm meaning is genuinely, like, when it comes to self-control being a part of this, Aries, the impulsivity, some people are so destructive to themselves and other people, they can't be respected. They don't even respect themselves. So those are the people I'm talking about that need to be told, keep your hands to yourself and just sit the fuck down and listen to authority. Aries is the spirit of life. Its existence itself is new energy. It's raw and primal. And that just says that in different circumstances, there will be revolt and rebellion and opposition. And you guys know how 2-year-olds act. Let me put it in perspective. When people turn about 2 or 3 years old, they encounter their first Mars return. Mars takes about 2 to 3 years to go through the zodiac. So anybody turns 2 years old, even animals, when people turn 2 years old, toddlers get fucking vicious. Because when toddlers turn that age, they finally understand with their Mars energy that they can oppose. They finally understand that they can say no. So that's why they run around and do dumb shit and don't listen to their mom and dad and all that shit. So it's like, I'm trying to tell you guys, there are full-blown fucking adults, people in their 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, that act like fucking 2-year-olds because they just don't give a damn about other people. They've understood their own will and embraced it, but they haven't had enough emotional experience to want to empathize. Or maybe they just lack the desire to empathize, but they have the ability. But either way, I'm just telling you guys, some motherfuckers that be acting like 2-year-olds and have really damaged their world too far will be removed quite soon. So you should take pride and peace in that, because some people have suffered enough that listen to my channel. They've really been doing so much work for the collective and been punished for other people's negligence, and that's not fucking fair. And I'm telling you guys, the spirit of death is about to haunt some motherfuckers that are punishing life. And you're welcome. I'm grateful to tell you that, genuinely. And you'll see it pretty soon. Some of y'all already saw it. And if you did already see it, drop the skull emoji so I know in the chat. Because I'll be flooding the chat with skull emojis, man. People can't fuck with me because I'm protecting the world. This is really about healing, man. This is about healing. It's about owning your projections. It's about taking accountability. It's about being responsible. Finding healing and freedom through responsibility. We got Aries up here, and I cannot wait for Chiron to make the conjunction with Aries, because that's really going to bring some maturity to some of this 2-year-old energy, if you get what I'm saying. So this cycle is really good, and it's heavy on my heart. So I'm taking a second to breathe, guys, because there's a lot going on here. And because of the last eclipse, the lunar eclipse in Libra, I want you guys to know that a lot of this cycle pertains to the last eclipse a couple weeks ago, which just says that it's really about relationship healing, concerning yourself with the other, having to embrace one's self and purpose and persona and identity while remembering, South Node, while remembering that we live in a world with others. And it is by the grace, the mercy, bounty, and generosity of others that we exist. I'm talking to the 4th house. Your mom and dad gave you the most precious gift in your life. And I don't care how much abuse, abandonment, and misery you've inherited from them. The fact that you're hearing this message is a gift that you owe to your family. Investa is in Cancer, which we will talk more about. But the cycle we're in is about cleaning up your bloodline and unifying the household. And that's a difficult conversation to have for a lot of people. So we're going to leave that as a bookmark, and let's keep going, guys, because I want to say that when it comes to this lunar eclipse, there is a pretty jazzed up energy, man. It feels like a quantum leap, an abrupt shift, and it's multi-layered and faceted and deep. And time is quite literally bending. And some of you guys know that this is a thing that can actually happen. The empirical scientists who are listening to me, which I love and respect, you guys are, like me, sometimes going to have a harder time hearing that idea that like time is bending. What the fuck? Because it's linear on some level. But I'm telling you, our perception bends time to our will, or our will bends it to our perception even. And it kind of goes both ways if you really think about it. But I digress. The point I'm trying to make is that, and that's a point in itself, but the point I'm trying to make is that because of the way the astrology is working right now, and if you guys are looking at what I'm looking at, there's a lot of red in this chart right here, okay? And where is Ceres? She's not in here. So let me adjust my settings really quick. Okay, boom. Yeah, there we go. I was so confused for a second. I was like, what the heck? Where is it? You got to check your tools sometimes, guys. Sometimes you're not messing up, but your tool might be wrong. You know, so check into that too. Whoever needed to hear that. Got you. So because I've seen this and I was like, where's the red box, bro? This shit looks like the check engine light, if I'm just being honest. Like, it's crazy. Look at all that red, guys. Like, holy fuck. That's why I'm making these videos. I'm like, are y'all okay? I'm okay. I'm marked safe in the eclipse, but bruh, this shit has been feeling like a train wreck. Genuinely like a train wreck. Like, I'm telling you, bro. It was like the scene in Tommy Boy where I said this the other day on live. It's like that scene in Tommy Boy where he's trying to sell the brake pads to the guys in his office and he picks up their car and smashes it. It's like Tommy Boy just picked up the train and smashed the train, bro. It was crazy. That's what I feel like when it comes to these eclipses, man. It's like, oh my God, we're burning alive. And the fucking EMT pulls up smoking a cigarette. He says, oh my God. It's the worst I've ever seen. It's fucked up, guys. If you just seen Tommy Boy, that shit is hilarious. R.I.P. to Chris Farley, man. Somebody check out his chart and understand. Look at that energy that Chris Farley has in his chart and just know that's the spirit of pure joy. Trust me. Look at his motherfucking chart, y'all. He's a great man, and I miss that man. Chris Farley. I grew up watching his movies and Saturday Night Live and stuff like that, so I digress, man. I just wanted to share that what's on my heart. Cancer Venus energy. Okay, but this is what I was trying to say, because this, yeah, speaking of what's on my heart, bro, fuck, dude. The nodes, the north node and the south node has a square, and that's fucking rough all the time. That's why I'm talking about, like, shifting Guys, this square is happening during the eclipse window. I'm going to say clearly, eclipses happen in pairs, meaning that there's two of them, a lunar and solar, how it always happens. Already had the lunar last week. We're having the solar at the end of this week. I'm telling you guys, we are in between the eclipses. We are in the window, the portal right now, and this is detailing what the portal is about. Ceres, square the nodes, is about healing the mother issues, confronting the mother issues. I could talk a lot about Ceres, but Ceres is the mother. Keep it simple. She's a dwarf planet or an asteroid, depending on how you look at it, or just a big shiny fucking rock. It doesn't really matter what your name is, jabroni. So Ceres square the nodes is just about confronting mothering. Ooh, my heart is just shaking with energy. It says, Mama loves you so much. I don't know who needed to hear that, but somebody needed to hear that. I think I needed to hear myself say that too. But that's what the universe is telling me right now, is that it's confusing being a mom and it's fucking difficult being a mom. Sometimes being mom is hell. It's the hardest job in the world, being unthanked so much for the sacrifices you have to make to sustain life for the world. And sometimes be punished for that. It doesn't make any fucking sense sometimes. So it only makes sense that children may sometimes be hurt in the process of having a mom. And we need to let our hearts go out to our moms, let our hearts go out to ourselves, have empathy for our mothers. No matter how hard it's been being their children. I can't tell you guys how hard my mom abused me, because I tried and it took me over 3 fucking hours to even get the ideas out, and I still didn't articulate it enough. I'm so messed up over my mom, but gotta have love for our moms and empathy for our moms because they give us life itself, you know? So if you are a mom and this part of the conversation is for you, I just want to tell you to give yourself grace, because that is the hardest job, genuinely. So be graceful. And if you are not a mom, but you feel called to be a mom, I also want to say to you then that, like, hey, more power to you, more peace to you, embracing your will to exist. Because some people, I want to say something about like society and say that I've seen and observed that, you know, we wish to be inclusive. And this is real Pluto Aquarius. So I even got to move the screen. You guys see it? 1 degree. Real Pluto Aquarius energy. We're very progressive as a species and very mental as a species, in a neutral way. Mental, we think. And it stands to reason that we should all be equal and inclusive and help each other and create a free and balanced world. And I'm all for that. 100%, 111% in. I love this. But what I think is crazy is that when we get so politically correct, sometimes we deny the truth. And that's real South Node Libra energy. So I'm going to say sometimes when we try to be so politically correct and suspend judgment and hurting feelings and things of that nature, get so mental, get so air, we can actually avoid the truth, which is raw, emotional. You know, it's about life and connecting to the reality, water. You know what I mean? So I'm talking about the spirit of Aquarius Pluto. Like, can we bear our water better as a species? Yes, we can. So I love you so much for taking the time to listen to this, man, because I know you're giving me a gift of your time. Thank you. This is a beautiful cycle, even though it probably hurts quite a bit, guys. I don't know what's going on your end, but I've been crying fucking rivers, man, and it's fucking difficult. And it'll be okay. I just encourage people to really try your best to employ some self-control, because if you're anything like me, I've struggled with anger issues in my past, and those anger issues have caused me problems. So finding ways to show your anger or use it and express it in a healthy way may be necessary for some of us. I recommend stillness and breathing, meditation, going outside to grab trees and breathe air. So important. But beyond all that, physical exercise is sometimes what's needed to actually deal with the trauma and the rage and the fucking resentment that comes from being brutalized, abandoned, neglected, raped, or violated. My heart goes out to all of you guys, man. I don't know what you're going through, because everybody's fighting a battle that people don't know anything about. And that sounds exaggerated to some. And that was like a Plato or Aristotle quote, but that's not even exaggerated, because if everybody figured out their battles completely to the point where they didn't need to fight it, they wouldn't have a reason for being on the earth. So I am telling you guys once again, I know that you listening to me right now are fighting a battle that you lack currently the means to explain to other people. I see and I feel it. I love you. You got this. Remember, you're always bigger than all your problems. And you know this. You've made the decision to see yourself that way, so you will conquer every battle. You're already a winner. Already a fucking winner, dude. The fact that you're listening to this video is a sign. It's confirmation that you're a winner. And you need to really receive mother energy. You need to receive mother energy. And I don't have a mom personally, guys. And this hurts my heart the most. So I have to pray about this shit. That's the only way. I have to pray about it. And, you know, I'm able to receive mother energy from spirit, from the goddesses, the gods even. But I've got good people in my life. And every now and then, dude, spirit will literally send you people to receive what you need from life when you lack it. And I'm going to tell you guys that be open and aware that some of the influential women in your life that you are around are your mothers. Like, that is your mom. And you might even call them that, and that you might already have that conversation. But it's like, just understand that if you don't come from her belly, that doesn't mean you still can't be her child. You know what I mean? So I want you to receive the mother energy that's available to you. Even if you don't know any women in your personal life, go on YouTube and watch TikTok and be inspired by powerful women like Oprah or Beyonce. And, you know, if you're not inspired by those two women, look to the women that inspire you, because we're all different. I just said the first two women that came to my mind. Well, I can't say they're the first two that came to my mind, because the first one that came to my mind is my woman, my goddess, my lover. Some of you guys do have romantic relationships and you get the mothering energy from your spouse. And I do too. And it goes both ways, you know? So, and that's a whole conversation in itself. That's a little bit more nuanced. We don't really got to go into all that. But some of you guys understand that that can be dangerous in itself too, when you neglect your own needs and don't nurture yourself. So, back to the astrology, you know, we have to accept the mother energy where it's available, even if it's our sisters or our friends or just people on the internet, or if it's just the actual moon itself. I can't tell you guys how many times I've sat under the moon and drawn down the energy into my heart and cried and embraced my lunar mother, Isis, and cried in her arms. Some of us need that energy, so I really encourage you to pay attention to the moon and welcome the goddess into your heart. And if you're unable to receive all of that, I'd want to just say, even if it sounds cringe, you know, your mom loves you. And take that from me. I'm like androgynous as fuck mentally, dude, because I'm a third house Pluto myself. So this is so fucking real. Like my natal chart. But because I'm androgynous as fuck mentally, it's like, I just want you to know mama does love you so fucking much. You don't even understand how much mom loves you. And it's not an insult to your intelligence. It's just the roles that you play as her child. You couldn't understand until you become a mom. When you do, you'll see it and feel it. And then you'll understand that you are so fucking loved. So I hope you can receive the message now, even if it's harder to feel. You are loved as fuck by your mom. I don't care what she did to you personally. Because as a person, I've understood like the hardest mother issues and confusion. So I just want to say that even if your mom was the spawn of Antichrist, she did will you into existence. So that is love on some level, even if she willed you in to punish you or siphon your energy or do something like really satanic, you know. And that be happening. And there's crazy books about this shit. But I just want to say, like, it's just natural law, meaning that somebody has to get the short stick, or somebody has to be born with negative sticks or something like that. It's some fucked up shit, bro. So like, oh Lord. Some people are like really not able to relate to what I'm saying, guys. But I want to say, like, if you can imagine really quick, my life is like a mixture between The Matrix, the movie, The Matrix, and Rosemary's Fucking Baby, that horror movie. So if like you can imagine and wrap your head around that, that will help you understand this conversation we just had. So I'm going to move past it because that feels like it's taken up quite a minute. So Ceres is square the nodes. Let's talk. And that's just really, I'm saying I spent a lot of time here because, guys, this is illustrating once again the cycle we're going through. Beyond mothering, moms, etc., children, Ceres talks about the earth. It talks about the ground that we stand on, the planet, ecology. This is a really big deal right now, guys. So before I even move forward, my heart is telling me to tell you that it's about spending time with Mother Nature, connecting to your roots. literally and figuratively. Ancestry, DNA. I just think did I just give them free promotion? They work. Go get your fucking genealogy done. See what you come from. Understand your spiritual makeup and chemistry, which comes from your heredity, aka genealogy, but also alchemy, your spiritual makeup. I'm talking about the elements, the modalities, the fire, the water, cardinal, mutable, etc. So take time to study your chart. If you don't know where to start, Simplified Astrology is where you need to go. The link is in the description, markdavidmeyer.com. When you join Simplified Astrology, use coupon code FIRE for the discount if you want it. But you got to understand this stuff, guys. This is what this cycle is genuinely about, is that, you know, you can't know where you're going if you don't know where you've been. So understanding the roots create the fruits, then you'll get somewhere and be able to really experience your desires and enjoy them too. So let's talk about some of these inner planets and the interesting things that are happening this week, because the whole eclipse subject was a deep one, and I think we pretty much covered it. Really take care of the earth so she can take care of us. I can't emphasize that enough, but you hear what I'm saying. So Venus right now, well, let me say really quick, I didn't even write this down because I don't like talking about this that much, you know? I really don't like to talk about this, but let's talk about it really quick just so we all on the same page, man. Mercury's retrograde. And this isn't a bad thing. It happens 3 or 4 times every single year. But for the next like 3 to 4 weeks, Mercury is going to be retrograde, man. And that just kind of says that it's really time to slow down. And regardless if you want to or need to slow down, you may see things slowing down a little bit with Mercury going retrograde. Like I said, this shit happens every year. This is not a bad thing. It's just that a lot of people don't understand this, and it's just like sometimes because people are committed to misunderstanding themselves, nothing I say about this will help them learn it, and that hurts me, man. That's why I don't want to talk about this shit. But it's like Mercury retrograde is a really good thing when you decide to get your mind right, and that's what this next 3 to 4 weeks is about. On top of everything I just said, you have to organize your mind, organize your environment. The world is you pushed out, so you need to recognize your environment that you choose is a reflection of your mind. Listen to that again. The reflection of your mind is the environment you choose. And the environment you choose is a reflection of your mind. So you got to get with the program and learn how to direct energy, or else the environment will just take you over, and everything that you own, possess, or surround yourself with will just become a burden or frustration for you. And that's not a life to live, man. Some people are trapped in their fucking neighborhoods because they don't understand black magic, gentrification, all types of fucking assimilation and fucking greed. And systemic oppression has resulted in so many people fucking being enslaved to tribalism in a place that they don't own. And it's heartbreaking, dude. And I'm talking about America. Some of you guys know what I'm talking about. So like the solution, I believe, is waking up our fucking minds. Mercury is retrograde. Whew. I keep this shit so G-real. I hope you guys see what I'm saying. If you do, please leave the flame emojis. Fire. Please. If you hear what I'm saying now, can I get the word assimilation with fire? Because that would be cool. That'll let me know you see what I'm saying. Mercury is doing this thing. Mercury is about you right now because it's in Aries. Learning how to communicate, learning how to speak, how to get your ideas off while you're not being a dick or like harming people. It's an important way to learn how to talk, because Mercury in Aries kind of comes off aggressive sometimes, or it's combative, it's confrontational sometimes for no reason when you don't really have to be. So the beautiful thing I'm seeing, guys, is Venus is probably in the best place she'll ever be. I like damn near, I'm like about to screenshot this shit. I'm not doing it right now because sometimes when I do it, I turn off my phone on accident, but like this is so beautiful. I wanted to screenshot it. Venus is in Pisces. Yeah. Conjunct Neptune. And 27 degrees to be exact. And I have Jupiter in Pisces in the 27th degree of my 7th house. Or Pisces, I should say. My 7th house, it's 27 degrees Jupiter. So there's a lot going on with your boy right here. And with you guys, enough about me. And with us, Venus in Pisces, conjunct Neptune, which is the ruler of Pisces, says that the love we experiencing right now, guys, is unconditional. And for the first time in ever, for some, they're actually able to feel this unconditional love. And that's a beautiful thing because they're able to see it through their spirit, their perception, their connection with God. That's an entirely beautiful thing. And I'm happy to see this. If that's you, let me know in the comments. I'd be happy to hear it too and receive that. This is boundless love, guys. Venus in the chart and in the sky shows us how we love and connect. And with this configuration, it's talking about loving through the spirit and transcending the self through connection with others and the world. And configuring one's imagination with relationship. That's important. So I'm telling you guys, some of you guys met your soulmate. And you're enjoying that right now. And the fact that you share an imagination is actually your confirmation that that's your soulmate. Because you've connected on the highest level, spiritual, imaginary, and then that's trickled down to mental. So that's communication. And that's fell down to emotions and connection. And that's like pure. And then you've got it down to the physical, which is raw and sexual and great and inspiring and healthy. So congratulations to those that are receiving this message. You deserve it. You recognize the love that you receive from them is the love that you give yourself and vice versa. So that's why you will never fall apart. You'll fall more in love with each other every single day because your devotion to yourselves led you to each other, and consistently depositing in the relationship bank every day without pause will create unyielding dividends forever. And there will only ever be peace and love between you. And if you guys aren't political like that, I'm using this video to declare you two as married and wed. And may your holy matrimony be blessed with more love, more peace, more abundance, more security, more safety, more connection, more truth, and more clarity, and more success. And so it is. And now you may kiss the bridegroom, bridegroom room, or if you want a different title, just fucking kiss already. Did you guys know I'm genuinely a priest and I studied to become a priest and I have a certificate, but like I'm not even joking you. I'm not going to lie to y'all. On my Saturn Taurus, on my mom's Saturn Taurus, on my dad's Saturn Pisces, hand on the Bible, I am a fucking priest because I can tell you my fucking high priestess will vouch for me when she says that, when I say that, but I digress. People don't be believing that I do this shit, but I'm telling you guys, like, love is a beautiful thing, man. And I'm seeing that there's an abundance of it. There's an ocean of love. There's infinite love inside of you, but this world is bigger than the self. So it's kind of giving the vibe that, like, if you can trust yourself enough to trust another and configure purpose within each other's lives, you can activate the well of infinite abundance and synergy within both of y'all. The well of infinite abundance independently as individuals, but then synergize that together. And then think about this, that becomes infinity multiplied by infinity. And holy fucking shit, isn't that what you want when it comes to love? You know? I say, I can speak for myself. I want all the love in the world. I want every last drop of it. And I don't want to, well, actually, now that I say last drop, that made me feel conflicted because I'm willing to share. I don't want anyone else to have less love so I could have more, truly, but I do want all the love, if I'm just being honest. So I digress. I move forward now. Venus is making some changes right now. So while she's doing this today, guys, and you may be feeling this right now, I want you to know when it comes to the 5th of April, pardon me for forgetting what day of the week that is, the 5th of April. Oh my goodness, the 5th of April, Venus is going to be making her way into Aries. And this is challenging, if I'm going to be honest, but challenges are good. We love challenges, don't we? Yes, we do. So challenge is loving yourself. And some of you guys know this, that this is coming, a need to do this more, but quite literally with Venus going through her sign of detriment opposite her home in Libra, Aries Venus is difficult because this says that what's going to be most pleasing and appealing is expressing and fulfilling one's own self/desires, wants, needs, or impulses. So this may be a little bit more challenging for a relationship, but That being said, if it's the right relationship, this will never be a problem. This will say that both partners are going to be needing to embrace selfishness moving forward and communicate how to make that work, because selfishness is required for all living things to exist and evolve. However, selflessness is what love is about. So you must balance these two together by aligning on values, vision, and that's about it. Communication is key. So Venus in Aries says, have fun. My heart says, don't be a hoe. I'm being straight up. I'm not even saying that because I won't slut shame even. And I think those are two different things. Respect yourself is what I'm saying. When it comes to Venus and Aries, you may want a lot of things. Mostly attention is the vibe I'm getting. Respect yourself. Your temple. Know that your love is precious. It's priceless. Never sell yourself short for love, man. It's always going to be a bad trade when you feel ripped off on the inside. So just don't do it, man. Take time to look in the mirror is what Venus and Aries says, and embrace yourself. I literally mean grab your shoulders with your hands. Touch yourself, caress your body, grab on yourself, and literally like embrace the sexiness of being a person. See that in yourself. Anoint yourself with oils. Light some candles. Do your motherfucking thing. Venus and Aries says love yourself. And Mars is in. Ooh, fuck. Mars is in. I'm sorry, y'all. I gotta drink some water, guys. Holy shit. I'm so sorry. I'm about to call my girlfriend after this, bro. Like, this is fucked up. Fuck, bro. Have fun is all I'm trying to say, man. I am glad I do these behind the camera. My face is like bright red right now, dude. This is crazy. Holy shit. I'm glad you're listening to this, and I'm curious. Like, let me know in the comments. Is this not the most fucking interactive experience you've had with the planets ever? Because I'm just speaking from the sky. Like, this is crazy as fuck, dude. That was standard when I started, but this shit gets me like, this shit, bro. I'm gonna stop. Venus and Aries is gonna be a good time for everybody if you're devoted to living life, literally. What's crazy with Venus is that there's a square to Vesta in Cancer. And we talked about this a little bit last time, and you can watch the last episode if you want to get the gist of that in the lunar eclipse and all the stuff that's led up to this week. But Vesta in Cancer is about cleansing up the heart in the home. And with the hard square to Venus and Neptune, that's talking about a need for boundaries and that being difficult. So be graceful, be compassionate, and really do listen to what the heart wants. That's what Cancer Vesta is talking about. And you need to really consider that the heart is the seat of the soul. So when you listen to the heart and clarify the desires within your heart and pierce and penetrate the concentric levels of purpose that exist within you, when you go deeper and deeper into your core, aka your heart, Cancer energy, I feel y'all feeling this. Is awesome. Shit, this is awesome. My eyes are fucking up right now. I'm not even kidding, bro. It feels like there's something in my contacts. There's crazy. There might have just been, dude, but that was a synchronicity nonetheless, because Cancer is ruled by the moon, and the moon is the eyes in the body. Well, one eye is the moon, the other eye is the sun, but that shit was crazy, y'all. I could, like, not see. I think I probably did get some dirt in my contact, so I took it out, but it doesn't matter. I'm just like, wow. How crazy is it that I was just sitting here talking and that happened right when I talked about it? Damn. Like, it's been so interactive, y'all. So let's keep going. Keep going. Vesta in Cancer says that you really have to listen to what the heart wants, because the heart has secret desires, it's secret petitions. And the heart was molded and shaped by God, so they say, or so we believe. So we reason, sometimes even. So it's vitally important that you embrace your own heart and listen to what it wants and understand the nature of desires by getting in touch with yourself and your heart space. So Spirit wants me to talk about some good things. Jupiter and Uranus really quick. This is written on my notes, so I just want to say this has been something that's been approaching really all year, and it's getting really close, guys. Jupiter and Uranus have about a 13-year cycle, and that's explained more in simplified astrology, but this 13-year cycle is beginning this year. So in a couple weeks, you know, we'll see Jupiter and Uranus make a conjunction in the sky, but for now, Jupiter is slowly approaching, but within 4 weeks, there will be a conjunction. So I'm trying to tell you guys, like, it's a blessing that you're listening right now because I'm preparing you for the blessings that are coming and telling you get ready to receive them. Let's go. Get excited. This conjunction does reflect a mass spiritual awakening in the collective, and this is a very good thing. Please understand that. So this is something to be excited of. You need to slow down and ground yourself more, and that's the key to unlocking this abundance, is finding peace and rest and comfort in earth. Okay? For some people, it's really going to be a conversation about understanding your values, and that in itself means making a priority of your needs. Thinking about your needs prior to anything you're doing. That's what priority means, thinking of something prior. So that being said, let this be, for some who needed to receive, your permission to make money important, to make money a priority, to make love a priority, to make sleep a priority, to make peace a priority. Life is emotional in the way that we experience it. So you owe it to yourself and you owe it to the world, Jupiter, Uranus. You owe it to those people and yourself to live your most abundant and fruitful and successful life. You serve nobody or God by playing small with the gift God gave you. Live your best life so you can give your best life. Your world is literally yours, and if you fail to see it that way, you will never create your dreams. Some people are losing in their own fantasy, and that's why. Holy fucking shit, man. This life is horrible sometimes whenever you really get thrown in the cycles of abuse and terror and fear and confusion. So I hope this served as a gentle wake-up call on a, like, if you set your alarm clock and picked the most gentle one, I hope that was the one you received today, dude. On my 12-degree Chiron in Scorpio, I love the fuck out of you guys, and I hope you're feeling this integration because this is divine timing at play, literally. I got a couple more things to show you guys that when we have this solar eclipse on the 8th, I need to show you that, yes, we will have a lot of interesting configurations in the sky, but I want to be very clear about this because this is a tactic I'm using to unlock someone's mind right now. If you look at this chart, I want to say that while we have the moon and the sun conjoining, I want to say that Chiron is conjoining the sun. Chiron is conjunct the sun, and the sun is not conjunct Chiron. And there's potentially a difference, and I'm challenging you to see the difference. So I love the fuck out of you guys, and this is amazing that you have a tunnel vision magnet on miracles. You have a magnet to miracles and your tunnel vision, and you can see it. All you attract is miracles and abundance. What's really important to see also is the way Mars is fucking around. I know I almost talked about it when we were talking about the Venus conversation, and I had to pause myself because that shit got nasty in my mind. I'm not going to lie. I know y'all heard that. I was involuntary. I like spazzed. I was like, is he okay? All right, but let me get serious. Like, and that's really the message in itself, dude. Mars is about to get very fucking serious. Do you see Mars at 8 degrees, and do you see Saturn at 13? Saturn is the slower planet, so let me tell you that means that Mars is going to creep up on Saturn. As the days go by, Mars is going to get closer to Saturn. On the 9th, the last day of the week, we'll have this conjunction. So this is how we're ending the week. I know with everything we've talked about, we've had a fun conversation, but it was quite serious. Next week is probably going to be pretty serious as well, but I would assume on the bright side is that it may not feel as serious because the Mars-Saturn cycle will restart at the beginning of that week. So next week, I think it'll be great because we'll be done with the eclipses and then we'll be done with this as well. So I'm assuming that it'll be a more positive video next week, so I encourage you guys to stay tuned. I just want to say that when it comes to this week more specifically, where we start and then where we end up, this week feels like pressure building to the peak, climax, or crescendo. This may look like a volcanic eruption, or this may look like a simple, peaceful submission/surrender. And that's the key, I would really say, is that, you know, if surrender/submission is a option, take it when you can't win the fight. That's awesome. to have the grace given to you to be able to surrender to yourself or to somebody else or something else. Saturn, Mars energy. And that's cold and hot at the same time. I don't even understand that fully right at this second. I'm not standing under that. I'm standing in the center of the pilot seat and I'm looking at that building from 3 miles away, Mars conjunct Saturn, and I'm looking at like, what the fuck does that even mean right now? So I hope it helped somebody because I had to talk about it. I felt called. But when I said pilot seat, I was thinking about that Key and Peele episode. He was like, that's the combat seat. Jonathan Livingston. If you know, you know. But if not, you could look it up. It's prepared for Terry's. Somebody like link that if they can. Prepared for Terry's. I'll probably forget. Or I probably choose to forget to be lazy. I don't know. Either way it goes. Mars conjunct Saturn energy is about getting really fucking serious, guys. It's about taking the desire of the Mars and then adding the restriction and the discipline in the organization, the Saturn. So I'm seeing and feeling in the world lately, but I would assume more so as it connects and tightens up, that the people of this world need to stop being so fucking hard on themselves. And then in that mode of operation, we can stop being so hard on each other as well. And that's really the key, is to remember empathy, that is bigger than us. Well, empathy is a very powerful tool. It can be abused, and that's what Saturn and Pisces wants us to understand, especially with Nessus up in this bitch. I ain't even gonna cap, man. That's about understanding that empathy can be abused. And when you lack the understanding of how to embrace your own empathy, you probably are probably abusing other people's empathy in some way, shape, or form. So be kind to yourself, be kind to other people. Don't neglect your feelings is the message. Because a lot of people take things way too fucking personal, and that's what I'm learning when it comes to this Aries energy. Some people take everything so motherfucking personally they cannot listen because they have to be able to tell themselves everything they want to hear before they learn new information. So it's like, that's not any way to grow or be a person. So I just want y'all to know, if you're able to receive my message and it's resonating with you, and that's great. But beyond that, if you're doing that and it's hard to hear and you kind of fight with information even though it feels good to you, it's like, just understand, I'm not out to get you. Nobody's out to get you. And you create this life. And the more you feel better about yourself, the less you're going to perceive things negatively, truly. And it's a challenge that I've seen in my life, the hardest thing in the world, because I inherited a lot of fear. And I'm not saying that to blame or deflect or justify my problems. I'm just saying that you have to be graceful to yourself. You have to understand what factors influence the way that you are and how you operate. And under that understanding and awareness, then you'll be able to grow. And that's the message of the solar eclipse in Aries with Chiron conjunct the sun, that you have to grow in awareness in order to take accountability. And under that method of operation, you will bring about healing and justice and peace and release. And what's even better, because that's beautiful, what's even better is you become a tremendous force for good, inspiring the world, serving the greater good. And that's the message of Mars Pisces, Saturn Pisces, etc., is that the world is big and we are the world on some level. And serving the greater good is imperative because there are people more hurt than us and less fortunate. So thinking about them and being able to give to somebody will always make you feel better. And if you're at your worst, your lowest, your absolute rock bottom right now, I challenge you to give something to somebody today. And it will make you feel better. And that's what you need to do. At the bottom line, I question my motives too, and a lot of things, but especially my motives. And I've had to think, why am I doing this, dude? And I've come to the conclusion over a lot of time of thinking about that question, I'm here to make somebody feel better. I hope you feel better. And if you're at your absolute worst, please just give me a fire emoji in the chat. Even if it's just one emoji and it's just one tap of the thumb, that would mean the world to me to receive your gift, because I know what it's like to be so low you can't even really grab your phone because you just feel dead on the inside. So if you can give me that, I think it would make you feel better too. So I would appreciate it. I love the fuck out of you, Fire Fam. I wish I could say your name and hug you and list off every person because, bro, this shit's getting big. And the more we stick together, we get more done with a collective effort as opposed to an individual one. So I really want to leave you guys with the message that you're not alone. It takes a village. It takes a world. You'll never be alone, no matter how distanced and disconnected you think you are, feel/are physically. This world is beautiful, and here you are, making it more beautiful. Your will to live uplifts the spirit of the world. Even if you feel like you don't have purpose, so you lost it or never found it or had it put out in the world for you to find, you don't got to find it because it lives inside of you. We have to consider others. Like, we won't find our purpose, quote unquote, by focusing on ourselves, but you damn sure aren't going to find it just focusing on others, genuinely. So it's like, I know that can be confusing. Let's make it simple and not. It's about meeting in the middle, making it make sense. You got to put you first. That's will, but you have to be able to consider others. That's love. If you can do one thing, master, exemplary, will, you'll already find and master love. So I hope that this has resonated with you, challenged you to think, made you feel better, and put a smile on your beautiful face. I care about you. I love you. And it's one thing to hear that. I hope you feel it. Blessed be, blessed we. I will see you guys in another episode. I think it's going to be 44 next time. So you know that's going to hit. 44 episodes in a row. That's legit. You know it's going to hit. So you're going to want to tune in next time and see me. We got Venus Day Q&A coming up this week. I've missed the last one. I was traveling. I'm sorry, guys. But that's going to mean it's going to hit way better. I'll be locked in. Pardon me. We ain't going to edit that out. So I will see you guys in the flippity flip. Take care of yourself, and I'll see you next time.